Hey guys, welcome to Program Development and Grants. My name is Melanie Farmer and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. I'm currently an adjunct instructor in the Masters of Social Work program at Concord. I've been teaching adjunct for, several years now. And I generally teach this course and some research courses. So you may see me again if you haven't already. In my day job, I'm also the Director of Grants and Contracts for Concord. So in that role, I get to feel kind of two of my loves. I'm what's considered a macro level social worker. I'm dealing with major, programs, policy, sometimes legislation, in trying to fill needs for our students, for our community, as it relates to Concord. So I get to do social work in the macro level, and I also get to work with grants, which has become a big part of my career over the years. And I think, like a lot of people, especially if you work in a nonprofit, the way you learn about grants is just trial and error. Um, I know my very first job, I worked for a very small nonprofit, and my boss, came in one day and told me, "Well, we have this grant, and I need you to manage it. I need you to write it, and I need you to do all the reporting and take care of it." So I had to learn by fire, which I think is a common story for most folks that have grant experience. But I'm hoping this course can provide you with some basics, so you kind of understand how grants work, how to find funding, what good grant projects look like. Just a little bit of information. Now, I know this is a 5-week course, so it's kind of a crash course in grants. So things will move quickly, so try not to get behind. There is a book associated with this class, but it's very small, so the reading shouldn't be too overwhelming. I put a lot of supplemental information in the modules to kind of help with that. I'll be also doing a video kind of like this at least every week, to go over some course concepts and talk a little bit more in depth about the assignments. So always take time to watch those videos. I try to keep them pretty short, but there's usually a lot of information chalked in. As far as the structure of this course, like I said, it is a 5-week course, so we're moving along pretty quickly. We will, a lot of the assignments are centered around discussions that help you build toward a proposal at the end of the course. The major assignment in the course is that you will develop a grant proposal for a fictional grant opportunity, which I have provided. Sorry guys, don't have any money. So it's just fictional. But, it's a good exercise in working toward developing a grant proposal, and it might be some information that you could use if it's the agency you're using is the place that you work or doing your field placement. It may be something that you can actually use if you find a grant opportunity that may work. Okay, so we're going to write that grant proposal. That's going to be your major assignment. So all the discussions will move toward that final finished product. So it'll help you kind of do like a draft of those sections as we learn about them. Okay, so discussions will be due every Friday. The initial post is due Friday, and your peer responses are due by Sunday. Peer responses are important. They are part of your grade. Discussions cannot be turned in late. They have to be turned in on time by the final due date, or points will not be awarded. The thing with discussions is after they're done, nobody really looks at them. There's no participation. You don't get any feedback if you post late. So that's kind of the premise behind that. Also, we have a couple of 3 assignments. Well, that includes the proposal at the end of the term, but there's a couple of assignments, and they're due on Wednesdays. Assignments 1 and 2 are due on Wednesdays, and the final proposal is due on a Wednesday as well. I don't typically like to do due dates in the middle of the week because I know a lot of you guys are working and have other responsibilities. But with a 5-week course, it's kind of unavoidable. So just keep in mind that those due dates are important. There's a course assignment schedule located with the syllabus and also under course resources, so that you can keep track of those due dates. They're all listed there. So like I said, it moves pretty quickly. The way I structure all my classes is I have a late assignment due date as well at the end of the semester, which in this case is the last day of the class. So all assignments have to be turned in by then. with the exception of discussions. Like I said, I don't take those late. But the written assignments, so assignment 1, 2, and the proposal can be turned in late up until that date. After that date, I won't accept any late submissions because I know it's 5 weeks. Stuff happens. Sometimes it doesn't. There's something crazy going on that week, or you're on call or something of that nature. So it doesn't always happen. So you can turn that in, turn in your assignments a little bit late. Okay. So overall, I hope you get some good information out of this class. I know it's pretty quick, but I hope that it is helpful in helping you learn how to write grants in the future. So now we'll move on to Module 1. So be sure to take a look at the information there in the videos. Take care.